Today, we're diving into what happens when humanity looks at a species and decides it's a problem that needs to be solved for good. And let me tell you, it's a wild story about good intentions leading to absolutely catastrophic results.
It's a pretty startling thought, isn't it? The idea that our own attempts to fix nature can backfire in the most devastating ways you can imagine. So let's explore exactly how that happens.
So let's get right into this fascinating and honestly kind of terrifying concept called ecological erasure. The name might sound a little academic, but the stories behind it, well, they're anything but.
Now, we're not just talking about an accident here, a species going extinct by mistake. No, this is about a conscious choice, a plan to deliberately remove one piece from the massive, intricate puzzle of an ecosystem. And that key word right there is unforeseen. See, people thought they were solving a problem, but they had no idea they were about to create a much, much bigger one.
This is the big question, right? This is what we're really digging into. And to answer it, we've got to look at one of the most powerful, most tragic examples in all of modern history.
Okay, so let's go back to 1950s China. Chairman Mao Zedong kicks off something called the Four Pests campaign. It was this massive, nationwide effort to improve public health and make the country more productive. The targets? Well, they were rats, flies, mosquitoes, and sparrows. And this is where our story of ecological erasure really truly begins.
On the surface, you can almost see the logic. It seems so simple. Sparrows eat grain. Grain is food for people. So, if you get rid of the sparrows, you'll have more food. Simple math, right? It was a super straightforward idea, but it came from looking at a problem in a tiny little box, completely missing all the other critical pieces on the board.
And this timeline, this just lays out the devastating chain reaction, step by step. The campaign against the sparrows was incredibly successful. Within just 2 years, they were basically gone. But here's the thing they missed. What else do sparrows eat? Insects, lots of them, specifically locusts. So with their main predator totally eliminated, the locust population just exploded. They swarmed the countryside, devouring crops on a scale the sparrows could have never even dreamed of.
30 million. Just let that number sink in for a second. That's the estimated death toll from the Great Chinese Famine, a catastrophe made infinitely worse by this war on sparrows. The very plan that was supposed to save the grain harvest led directly to its complete and utter destruction.
It's just such a profound and tragic irony. The attempt to protect the food supply by getting rid of a so-called pest actually removed a crucial guardian of that exact same food supply, and in doing so unleashed a far, far greater plague.
But here's the thing. The war on sparrows isn't some weird one-off story. This pattern of miscalculation has happened again and again with different species all over the world. It's a recurring lesson that we humans seem to have a really hard time learning.
Think about the great auk, this flightless bird in the North Atlantic. It was hunted like crazy for its feathers and eggs until there were none left, just gone, leaving this big hole in the marine food web. Or what about the dodo? We now think its extinction might have doomed a specific type of tree that actually needed the bird to eat its seeds for them to be able to sprout. In every single case, one piece was pulled from the puzzle and the whole system shook.
So there's actually a scientific term for what we're seeing here with the sparrows, the dodos, and the auks. It's called an ecological chain reaction. And it's exactly like knocking over that first domino. You might only mean for one to fall, but before you know it, you've toppled the entire set.
Okay, so these are stories from the past, for sure. But the lesson they teach is honestly more urgent right now than it has ever been. Why? Because we are still making decisions every single day that affects the incredibly delicate balance of our planet's ecosystems.
And this really gets to the heart of it. We love to see nature in these simple terms, right? Good animals and bad animals, helpful ones and pests. But that's just not how nature works. Every single organism plays a part, it holds a place, and it's connected to countless others in ways we probably don't even understand yet.
And that's really the ultimate takeaway, isn't it? The sparrows seemed like just one tiny, insignificant thread, but pulling on it helped unravel the entire tapestry of that rural ecosystem. And it led to starvation on a scale that's just hard to even comprehend. It's such a powerful metaphor for the hidden fragility of the world all around us.
So, I'll just leave you with this question to chew on. When we label a species as an inconvenience, a weed, a pest, a nuisance, are we really seeing the full picture?
Or are we just setting the stage for the next unforeseen, and maybe this time, irreversible ecological disaster?